What's up, guys? Broken Prophet here, and welcome back to the vlog. You know, it was rough coming back. It was a rough few days. Those of you who did not see the last video, I had the unfortunate occasion to let you guys know that Mr. J had passed away, and that's the last time I'm gonna say it because it hurts even to say it. Um, but you guys had such an outpouring of compassion, of of just love. I mean, that's not too strong a word. That's exactly what it was. And it was greatly appreciated both to me and the condolences you shared with the family. I did get word that several of you did send donations to the family, and I appreciate it. They appreciate it. They send their thanks. and you know, those of you who did text me, and you'll be my guest on this upcoming webinar. And if you are already um, paid and registered for the upcoming webinar, then still send me your information and you guys will be my guest for the next webinar. I mean, thank you so much. I mean, I really appreciate like that outpouring of love and support. It was amazing. And speaking of the upcoming webinar, guys, I have to lean on you one more time because Mr. J's um, service is this weekend. And I'm going to have to postpone the webinar until Monday because even though the service is earlier in the day, I know myself and I'm just not going to be in the right place and I want to do the best for you guys. um the last webinar, and I probably rushed it after the news of his passing. But I'm the type of person that, I try not to shut down. I try to get back into my work. And it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. My mind was all over the place. It was hard for me to get my words out. And people were like, well, Prophet, I mean, it was a free webinar, but still, I mean, you guys deserve to get real hoodoo and not this over made up stuff by the 20 somethings. I love you all. I love y'all. I do. But I mean, yeah, and y'all don't deserve to get the marketeer stuff. So I try to bring you the real deal southern old school hoodoo, but I have to be coherent. And like I said, my mind and emotion was all over the place. So we're gonna redo that free webinar on intro to hoodoo. And this upcoming webinar, Hoodoo Hexes, Curses, and Jinxes is going to be on Monday. Same time, but it'll just be on Monday. Those of you who have already registered, if you go and check your link, the date will be changed. So those of you who have not signed up, go ahead and do so. It's only $10 because I am going to donate the proceeds from this webinar to Mr. J's estate. I'm going to send it right to his daughter, and that'll be from the Broken Army. All right. So, without further ado, I decided I wanted to give you guys a little taste of what this webinar is going to be about because it's going to be awesome. If I had to pat myself on the back, this one's going to be awesome. Clear headed and everything. But we are going to go from the mildly irritating type of jinx to the catastrophically devastating type. So you guys are going to love it. And I decided I'm going to share a little tidbit with y'all tonight. And for this working, all you're going to need is some clay, or you can make some dough, or you can just take some dirt and some water and make you some mud. Doesn't matter. But you're going to need I prefer clay cuz it's easier to work with. You're going to need some clay, a sharp instrument, and one Bible verse. Let me get my clay out. Always keep some clay handy. If you're a root worker, always keep some clay handy. Ugh, there. Now, this working can actually be beneficial. I have a friend who is a surgeon, and he's like, yeah, I cut people and it's painful, but I cut to cure. So, this is a hex that can be beneficial because it can stop substance abuse. for it can stop drinking and stuff like that. And all you're gonna do, you're gonna take the clay and you're gonna mold it into a rough human shape. I need to get some Play-Doh because I got this clay from online and it's stiff. I'm about to break my fingers trying to do this. But there you go. And this is an old working, and I can just imagine how many folks were like, "Dang, I used to go to the juke joint every weekend. Now I just don't much feel like it." I actually did this on myself a couple of times, and one good time to get rid of it all. But that's a story for another day. Okay, so you got a rough human shape here. So if you got someone who, if you want to do just the hex part of it, you just want to make them sick every time they drink or whatever. On the hexing to cure or the cut to cure side of things, if you got someone that you care about and you see they're losing control of this thing, you kind of want them to for them to have a bad experience every time it happens. So hopefully it'll get through their brain meats and they'll go, I should probably not be doing this. Which they're probably thinking anyway, but they just can't help it. So you just giving them a little bit more incentive. So you take the doll made out of clay. All right. And what you're gonna do is, and I don't have any handy. Oh, yeah, I do have a candle. You're gonna stick a candle in it, lay it flat, and you're gonna, in the name of the Father, Son, the Holy Spirit, like I baptize thee, and I give thee the name, whoever this person is, and then you're gonna pray Genesis. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters, and God said, let there be light, and then you'll light this candle. Now you're gonna let this candle burn down for about 10 minutes. 10 minutes. And then you're going to lick your fingers, pinch it. Now, you can blow the candle out. Pinching it is more traditional because it said that the old school root workers would pinch the candle out because one, it conserves the wick. See, when you blow a candle out, it keeps smoldering a little bit and it burns the wick down. But also they would pinch it because when you pinch it, it creates less smoke. And when you have less smoke, there's less chance of like the overseer finding out you burning candles on the plantation, stuff like that. But anyway, once it is burned for about 10 minutes, you're going to take the candle out. You're going to take whatever their favorite beverage is and you're going to pour it over the doll. Pour it over the doll. Now, here's the thing, you're going to want to wait until you know that they are drinking. If you don't know because they're maybe in another state or whatever, well, what I like to do is you wait for drinking time. So if you know a weekend is coming, a holiday is coming, people get toe up. Or if they like to have a drink after work, then you wait until that time. And what you'll do is you're going to take a sharp instrument and then you're going to pray Jeremiah 25:27. Now, don't worry, I have my word right here. I have it right here. And Jeremiah 25:27 says, therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, drink ye and be drunken, and spew and fall and rise no more, because of the sword which I will send among you. And when you get to that part, the sword I shall send among you, you're going to boom, right in the head. Then you take the candle, burn it for another 10 minutes. Every time that you know they're drinking, you're going to repeat that. Pray, stick it somewhere else, burn the candle. Every time, pray, stick it somewhere else, burn the candle. Now you can keep going into the brain meats. The brain meat's part of the candle. You can keep sticking them in the head, and it will cause that woozy feeling. You can stick them in the stomach, cause them to blah. You can stick them in the legs. If you stick them in the legs, then they'll start falling and stuff like that. Now, please, please, please don't do this if you know someone is going to be behind the wheel. If they have a bad habit of doing that, which no one should. That is terrible. If you don't, yeah, just don't do that. But what will happen is every time that they do imbibe, they're going to take it a little bit too far, too fast. Now, on the hex side of things, if someone is having an office party or someone is going to a church function or whatever, you kind of do that and let them make a donkey out of themselves. But on the cut to cure side of things, well, every time they do it, it's going to be unpleasant. So hopefully they'll decide not to do it anymore. All right. And you just keep on working this until you get the desired results. Once you get the desired results, just wrap everything up in a brown paper bag and leave it out in the woods. All right. Now, you can, if you want, after you've stabbed it, hang it upside down and keep spinning it and just spin it. I mean, I gave that work to someone. That's why y'all should always have twine around. I don't actually want to tie it. I mean, I'm trying to just stick it in the clay for demonstration purposes. But yeah, just ain't nothing worse than being drunk and dizzy. That's the worst. But it will definitely get the point across. All right. So we're gonna have more workings like that on the webinar. Some a lot nastier. And I'm gonna try that. Some of them I'll just give to you. Others I'll demonstrate them live during the webinar, and we'll go from there. And if you can't make Monday, and I think it was what time was it, guys? 7. If you can't make Monday at 7, the replay will always be available for those who have paid and registered. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I have for you. Again, thank you so much. And hopefully I'll see a bunch of you guys on Monday. And oh, follow me on Twitter. I'm on Twitter now. You know, I don't know why, but I do get just short form type a bunch of random stuff. And so think that's why I like it because I don't have, it's just random thoughts I have. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you tonight. I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to this. Thank you guys so much for your understanding and all you've done for me. You guys thank me for the stuff I've done for you, but I'm just as thankful for you guys. All right. Y'all have a good one. God bless. And check on y'all's people, man, because we all here for far too short amount of time. All right. Y'all have a good one. Be blessed. Profit out.